the shin bone in the morning, followed by a femur at night, femur soup, kneecap griddle. But anyway, the Detroit Lions, 2023, they were a couple fourth downs away from being the NFC representatives in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the 49ers had other things in mind. The coordinator stayed, Ben Johnson, Eric Glenn stayed. They said, we're going to run this back. We're going to do it better than ever, and we're going to kick ass and bite more kneecaps off. And this team was electric. Only 2 losses last year. One early on against the Buccaneers, despite Aiden Hutchinson having one of the best defensive games in Detroit Lions history. The offense was looking really great. The defense was finding ways to win despite injuries piling up from Alexander Zalone, both the corners, safeties, Aiden Hutchinson's broken leg. Everyone was going through injuries on that team, and they were finding ways to win. Ended up winning that last game of the year, getting the first round bye over the Minnesota Vikings. Although they fell short against a very electric Jaden Daniels, this team is looking to rebound with now a new offensive and defensive coordinator at the helm. As I'm looking at the coordinators, John Morton, the offensive coordinator, and defensive is Kelvin Shepard. So, yeah, that's what we got going on here for the Detroit Lions. As we move into the offense here, a lot is the same. Frank Ragnow retired, only age 29 for the Lions. So Graham Glasgow, he's going to be filling in there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He was guard. Tate Ratledge, a lot of good positive news out of him from camp, really filling in this role that, obviously they were not expecting to have out this year, more so next year. But Ratledge, electric as is. Jameson Williams, 4th year in the league. He had his first 1,000-yard season last year. Amon-Ra St. Brown. We know the word, guys. Dog. That's who it is. Jahmyr Gibbs, still electric. Changed the number to 0. I think that's new this year. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. And then Dave Montgomery coming off of the torn MCL injury that he, I think, came back for that divisional round game against the Washington Commanders. But yeah, Dan Skipper's still there. Penei, this offensive line's still good. There's not a lot of change, but obviously the big question is the offensive coordinator. How are they going to fill in the John Morton being the offensive coordinator outside of Ben Johnson? What's that going to be? News early, though. Jahmyr Gibbs lining up at slot receiver in camp. So the gadgets keep on gadgeting for the Lions.
Yeah, this team is going to be good again. Let's see what they look like without Ben Johnson. I think that's kind of the big point. You can kind of, not to bullshit it, but you don't really have to look at this roster. It's kind of, what you're getting from them. It comes down to the coordinators. How different does it look for this Lions team with a lot of new faces in higher positions? That's kind of where I think this team goes to when I look at it.
John Morton looks like he's built for this team. Why, dude?
He sounds like a ESPN guy that's at the desk.
Have you saw the picture?
I have not seen an actual photo of him.
He
bald goatee. That's all I gotta know. So it's just it's Dan Campbell Jr. It's the stunt double. Basically.
What the hell, dude? He literally just looks like he's kind of just built to be on this team. That's hilarious. I Googled him and I was like, there was the first thing that showed was that picture. And I was like, cool. All right. So whatever. I don't know. They got to try to accomplish what the Eagles managed to accomplish with the different coordinators and stuff and having to change it out and still find the success. That's just what they have to try to accomplish. You got the same guys, you got the same team, you got the same culture. It's all there.
The only thing I'm worried about is you look at the Eagles. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl. They lost, Murr, and they lost whatever his face is, Steichen. Yeah, they lost him, and they look good, and then they got exposed, and it was just kind of like the same kind of like BS they were running for the last couple of games. And they just kind of fell flat on their face. Obviously Dan Campbell's not gonna allow bullshit like that to go through that team, but it's still worrying because you did lose 2 really good coordinators, and they're now head coaches elsewhere in this league.
Oh. Okay. So Morton guided the passing game of Bo Nix last year. Okay.
Okay, so they're in good hands.
That sounds pretty solid because we thought they overperformed.
And that's something that's a kind of a style and skill set that fits Jared Goff pretty well.
Yeah. Fits the Dan Campbell team pretty well. The whole, grittiness of how Bo Nix played last year in that offense. All right, whatever. Cool. That sounds like a good resume, I guess. At least recently. So, okay. I guess I'm down. Let's do it.
Oh man, I got nothing else to say on this offense. I don't know if we want to jump to defense, but on the defensive side of the football, they were just down depleted fifth stringers coming in. They were finding ways to win. They bring in DJ Reed, who left the Jets after just kind of like a very bad end of their season last year. But with Terrion Arnold entering a second year, you still have Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, one of the more underrated duos, safety duos in the league. Avonte Maddox comes in from Philadelphia. Tyleik Williams, first round pick. Aiden Hutchinson, he looks phenomenal coming off of that broken leg injury. Yeah. I think this team is in good hands. Obviously, Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell in the middle of the defense there being really good. Marcus Davenport, I think, could really fill into his own. But I want to turn the conversation. You guys, what are you guys looking out for with the Detroit Lions with Kelvin Shepard?
Yes.
As the
linebackers coach for the last. He was the linebackers coach for the last 4 seasons. So it's kind of that it makes sense as long as he can scheme it together and do the right things. I think it's fine. It's
the thing with them was even with all the injuries they had. If they just didn't have a bonehead play calls in that game against the Commanders, like we don't get robbed of the cage match we deserve between the Lions and Eagles.
Which you flash back to the week 1 of 2022, that was a phenomenal matchup, and it probably would have been even better because now you have people that understand both systems.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy that we're going to get that game, regular season, regardless this year. Now, are they going to be the same teams? Who knows? But I respect the hell out of this team. What Dan Campbell has done and what the team that they've built there is damn impressive.
I really think everyone enjoys watching this team. Everyone roots for this team.
If you don't like this team, you don't like football.
Yeah, well.
Football.
Yeah. I mean, the only people that don't like this team are the people in the division, and that's it.
Well, they don't like football either up in Green Bay.
So whatever. This is I expect to see another really good Detroit Lions team. They had a hell of a season last year. I don't know if I expect that, but I expect a 12+ win team, hopefully. A force in the NFC and a force in the league. So I really think that's what we should expect.
Also, the only NFC team that didn't vote to ban the push, that voted to keep the tush push.
Yeah, well.
Because they're not scared. Because they actually play football.
Dan Campbell football. Do you want to go to the schedule?
Let's go to the schedule here. Again, week 1, big matchup. Green Bay. We were really cheated out week 1. The Green Bay matchup last year in Lambeau Field due to it being a monsoon up there. So hopefully drier conditions and it'll be warm. So we're going to be expecting something good. But yes, home game week 1, Ben Johnson's return. What are you going to do? Are you going to show up or are you going to let Ben Johnson kind of like expose you for whatever that you might have? And then week 3, they returned to Baltimore. Last time they were in Baltimore, they got absolutely curb stomped. Kneecaps bent in backwards. Yeah, this is a solid schedule. And then the Chiefs, the Bucks, like you're playing. Oh man.
This is a tough schedule.
This is tough, but it's like, hey, like we went over like the Eagles schedule. Like, yes, the Eagles schedule was tough, but it's like when you have a good team, it's obviously not as tough. Like, obviously, the Lions' tough schedule, it's not as tough because of the team that they have. Obviously, they kind of get like a tuning up period the first 2 weeks playing the Packers and then the Bears. Then now you got to go to Baltimore. You got to show up in Baltimore. Last time you were there, I mean, it was not good. It was not a good look for them then. But I still think this could be like a 12-win, 13-win team.
I got 11. So that's still more than I counted for any other team in this division.
Yeah, I see them around 11, 12, 13 max. I just don't see 13 though when I look at the schedule.
Unlike last year, I mean, they had 3 outdoor games the entire year. This year, they got a lot of outdoor games.
Yeah, but
They start out with
nothing in any crazy weather though. Again, somehow it's like they avoid putting the Lions outside in the cold. If you've noticed that, the coldest game they'll have is the Bears Week 18, which can mean absolutely nothing for them.
I'm trying to figure out why the schedule
they're home versus Pittsburgh, so like that's not cold. Minnesota's in a dome. LA is LA. It's the Bears. Like, sure, Philly in November. Okay, you could.
Yeah, it'll be cold. Nighttime, it's going to be cold.
It'll get cold there. That could be 30s.
I'm trying to figure out why I think there's they definitely messed up the schedule here because they wrote 8:25 a.m. for that Cowboys game, and it's been throwing me off now that I've really picked up on that.
Is it London? Oh, which one's which one's?
They don't have a London game this year.
No, which one's the Thanksgiving? Because that's a loss. Was that the Packers in week 13?
Yeah,
it definitely has to be the Packers.
Has to be. Because that's a short week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one.
Go, Pack, go.
Whatever. They'll split. Yeah, I mean, like, whatever. 12 wins. What Vegas probably hasn't. I mean, 11 wins. Yeah. Vegas. 10 wins on the dot, 63% at playoffs. I mean, like,
so that the Cowboys game is actually Thursday Night Football for them. So I don't know why it's 8:25 a.m.
Someone's getting fired.
I think that was just a screw up.
Yeah, that's rough.